What's up guys, it's Mama Deadhead and I am back with another Fear Friday. So today I'm going to be reading your comments about the past episode. So spoiler alert, if you have not seen the episode, I'm going to be talking in depth about it and reading and responding to your guys' comments. And the first thing that I want to say is thank you to everyone who genuinely enjoyed my reaction. I don't think I've ever had like more positive comments on a video like in my life. The views, the likes, the comments, the positivity just completely like went through the roof of this video. So I really appreciate it. It makes me so hyped for Fear the Walking Dead even more, just knowing that like you guys like love coming here and like love my reactions and stuff. And I also really appreciate all of the comments about my hair and the compliments about it. Really appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm going to start reading your guys' comments and responding back to them. So I don't want to give too much away about what I think. Even though you guys saw my reaction, I want to just go through and talk about it in depth with your guys' comments. So the first comment is from Jordan, and it says, great reactions to this episode of Fear. Rest in peace, Nick. He wasn't always my favorite character, but it's still really sad to see him go, and it made me tear up even more seeing the rest of the group's reactions. Frank, Nick, during season 3 told the producers he wanted to be killed off so that he could pursue other opportunities, so they decided to kill him off this season while also moving forward with the story to tell from it. If Madison is still alive, which I hope and still think she is since they just killed Nick, she's going to raise hell when she finds out about Nick. Anyway, I can't wait for more Fear reactions and Fear Fridays from you, Sarah. It also makes me sad when I see you cry. I love you. And I love you too. So, before I start delving into your comment, I want to say that I did get quite a few comments that were like, it makes me so sad to see you cry, or like, I cried when you cried, which is crazy to think that like a video of me doing that could like make that emotion come out in you. It's so crazy. But yes, in case you did not watch Fear the Walking Dead, they did say that he asked to be killed off to pursue other opportunities, which is always kind of a mind-boggling thing to me, and I understand that people have their reasons. Want to pursue something different, like maybe have family issues, you know, just a vast array of things, but it's always kind of crazy to hear, like, I want to pursue other opportunities and, like, leave The Walking Dead when it's such a massive show. Like, it feels like The Walking Dead in itself would further your career, but maybe you just want to take it a different direction. So I understand. As far as the actual death, I had somebody say, and I'll address them later, why didn't he die at the dam? But I think that what they did here was really cool, just for the simple fact that it wasn't him like going out with a bang. It was him really like understanding his like actions and like growing from it and being taken out too soon. So the death overall, I think it was a beautifully constructed episode, and I can appreciate what they did, and I agree. He was not my favorite character. I had the Fear Friday about him. I said that if one character had to die, I would pick him just because he's not my favorite, and I still stand by that, but seeing everybody else, like you said, just absolutely ripped my heart out. And as far as Madison goes, I think that I have some other comments addressing her, but I still think that she is alive as of now. But yeah, if she is, she's definitely going to just freak out when she finds out about Nick, because that's her favorite child. So yeah, she's going to freak out. But thank you for your comment, Jordan, and I love you too. So next person is, people are so focused on Nick dying, and I'm out here thinking Alicia was dealing with Nick's withdrawals at 17 years old. Madison's motherly absence, a dead father who she later found out committed suicide, her boyfriend died, her first human kill was a friend so that she could protect her family. She watched Travis die, lost a close friend and lover, and now watched Nick die. That young woman has been through a whole lot. So, I've said this many a times, but I don't typically cry because the character is dying. I typically cry because of the reactions around it. And Alicia is my second favorite character on the show. I passionately love her. I really love Alicia. I love the actress. I think that she does an amazing job. I think she's turned into an incredible badass. So when I see her break down and I see all the stuff she's been through, like her scream crying, if you go back in my reaction, you can see when I first find out that Nick is shot, I'm shocked, like, because I'm not expecting him to die. I'm expecting him to be like, oh, like Madison is dead, or like I lost my mother type thing to Morgan. So when I see him shot, I'm shocked initially, and I'm not like sobbing upset, but I'm shocked at what's happening. I'm like, whoa. And then the reactions start happening. Alicia realizes what's happening, and she gets frantic and she gets upset. And then you see the look on Morgan's face. The look, that look, and I love that character so much. And to see that look in his eyes, like just complete devastation. He's opened up to Nick, and he wants Nick to learn about his ways. He's like bestowing this belief upon him. And that's not something that he does to everyone. And to see that emptiness in his eyes, you can see like the moment that I see Morgan, I'm just like done. Like I'm tearing up kind of right now just thinking about it. Like the reactions, those are what get me. The character death, not as much. You can even go back to Shiva, and as passionately as I love Shiva, and I was crying whenever Shiva died, if you look at my reaction to King Ezekiel, I like completely lost it, and I was like, his eyes, I can't do it. I literally cannot right now, and just sob, and that's really what I cry for. So yes, I was more focused on the other people as well, not Nick per se, because again, he was not my favorite character, but I can respect that this is a massive change to the show and a massive character death. So the next comment is, Morgan needs an Oscar. Oh, do I agree? Do I agree? Lenny James is a phenomenal actor. Oh my gosh, like his acting skills, the things that he can do. And I know that I referenced like The Walking Dead, and I know that I'm talking about this Fear the Walking Dead episode, but whenever you go back and you watch whenever he is in the room with Richard in The Walking Dead, and Richard is saying everything that he's done, Morgan does not say a single word in that scene, and he still commands it 100%. Like, the feeling in that scene is all from him, and like, this huge monologue is coming from this wonderful actor that plays Richard, and it's so overshadowed by Lenny James. But yeah, I fully agree. Definitely needs an Oscar. So, Kat, of course, that was one sad death. Didn't see it coming. Oh, Sarah, you're crying. Virtual hugs. Gotta give thumbs up to the writer and the director of last night's episode. It was so good. Luciana lost her boyfriend, Alicia lost her brother, and Strand lost a true friend. We're not still sure about Madison. Charlie knows what she's doing. I'm sorry, but that little girl deserves death. No sympathy for her. Don't care. Hate me all you want. Bring it. I'll fight you. Ooh, fight me, Kat. But yeah, great episode. Rest in peace, Nick. No need to fight. I fully agree. The only reason I said that in the last episode, and I was trying to reserve myself a bit, but after I saw all the other reactors, it kind of made me feel a little bit better. I just didn't want to call her names because she's a little girl, and I want her dead. I want her gone. I wish that Alicia could have caught her, but I didn't want to be like, oh, you little bitch, like, this little bitch deserves to die. Like, I heard a lot of other reactors doing, because it is just a child and it is just a show. And I think that energy directed at a child is just, like, kind of crazy. But no, zero sympathy for her. Like, I'm only reserving myself, like, for, like, the actress's sake and the fact that she's a kid, if that makes sense. But yeah, I cried. All those people losing all of those things, like, you could see, like, their hearts just ripped out, and hurt my heart too. Big Cat, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. So this was the other comment that I was referring to earlier. Whoops. I had to scroll down a little bit. So multiple sources are saying that the actor who played Nick wanted out of the show. If that's the case, why didn't they just kill Nick off at the dam? Because at that point, there was a lot of stuff, I think, that like wasn't resolved with him, and I think that some things should have been. For example, like, he just saw Troy killed in front of him. So I think that he deserves some time to get over those hurdles, and it's a shame that they just, like, killed him immediately after he was like, you know what, like, I think that I can change. I'm going to read this book. I'm going to connect with Morgan. But I think that it was a good call to not kill him at the dam, if that makes sense. I think that it was just better to have an episode dedicated to it, because this, whether or not you're a fan of Nick or you're like a diehard fan, he is a big character in the show. So whenever you have an episode kind of centered around this massive death, it's always nice because there's so much stuff going on in the finale. I love that finale. It's still like my favorite episode. So much going on. I feel like his death wouldn't have been appreciated as much as it was in this episode. So I hope that makes sense. So next comment, Steve. So I have a feeling like you that Madison might be dead. Also psyched to see Nick go out like that. I'm curious about Daniel also and what happened to him. He was never one of my favorite characters, but just got a feeling he didn't survive. So I felt that way in that episode that Madison was dead before Nick died. And I don't think that I went in depth after. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So I don't think that they will kill two major characters this soon, because I see a lot of people, you didn't, but I see a lot of people saying that she's a mid-season finale death. But I think that it was all a diversion so that we didn't see Nick. Because in that episode, like I said earlier, my initial feeling was like, oh, he's going to turn around to Morgan and say, well, I lost my mother, and it was going to be like a big deal and a big cliffhanger type deal. So when I didn't see that and there was the initial shock of Nick dying, I feel like that was the death that has been hinted at. They're just trying to divert it to Madison. Although there are some things that it really seems like she is. I'm just reserving myself, and I kind of don't think that it's going to happen. But yeah, it's sucked to see Nick go out like that. Not even my favorite character, and it was just so hard. Like, it was such, like, the build up to it, what actually happened, like, all of it was just shocking, honestly. And curious about Daniel. Same. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of sick from my stream. But yeah, Daniel, it has to be bad. Like, it can't be anything other than bad. Nick was so messed up, and Nick and Daniel went out at the same time from the dam, so we have to see at some point what happened to him, and I don't think that it was anything good. Nick was so messed up, and Daniel's not there at all. Like, he wasn't in the stadium. We didn't see any of him. So I have a feeling he's either captured by the Proctors or by somebody else, or he's dead, but I hope that we do get to see him, and I think that we do. I think that he was on, like, the casting for season 4, but we just haven't seen him yet, so fingers crossed that we get to see him and that it's an ending that we all can be happy with, which isn't going to happen, so can't wait to be devastated. So, next comment, Ratchet the Awesome One. Hey Mama Deadhead, thanks for the awesome reaction. Love you as always. Thank you, and I love you too. Anyways, it's super sad to see Nick go. I understand why Frank wanted to leave. He wants to go and find new opportunities to be in films and television, and I can respect that. Even though it's a shame because I like Nick, but I still loved your reaction, and I still love Fear, by the way. Yeah, I never want to stop watching just because of, you know, one character death. If that was true, I would have stopped watching The Walking Dead a long time ago, because my favorites always die. But yeah, thank you so much for the support. You always give me such great support on all of my videos. Even if you, like, don't play the games I play, you're still in my streams, and I seriously appreciate it. But yeah, it is a shame. I didn't like Nick per se, but it's still really sad to see a major character death and so many affected by it. And of course, like I said earlier, I can totally respect wanting to go into something different, but it's still kind of mind-boggling at the same time, because of the massiveness of the Walking Dead universe. I would think, like, I would pay them to let me be in Fear the Walking Dead. So it's crazy to think somebody wants to go find new opportunities. But yeah, of course, totally respect it. So another comment from Kat, but something that I really wanted to talk about. It says, yes, every episode will have a new intro. Loving them so far. So in case you did not watch The Talking Dead, they did say, I think that they had the producers on there. Producers or one of the directors or someone. I'm sorry, I cannot remember who it was right now. But they did say that each intro is going to have something different in it, and by the end of the season, it makes a story in itself. So that's really something cool to look out for. Now, the first two, I didn't notice it because it was kind of subtle. I saw it, but I was like, oh no, it's not different. And then when I saw the flowers, I was like, they're definitely different now. So I'm definitely going to be watching for the intros. I might even, at the end of the season, put together my reactions for the intros. The underdog, Mr. Williams. So if you don't watch this channel, please, please, please go check it out. The reactions are wonderful and hilarious, and as soon as I get my notification, I'm there. I'm also a patron on their Patreon. I love their reactions. So they commented and said, the underdogs are like 129. We love you. Thank you. I love you too. And then when you started crying, oh my gosh, yeah, we messed up over here. I'm sorry. Apparently I got that reaction from quite a few people, but I just couldn't contain myself. When I see all those characters that I so passionately love, like, devastated, it just, like, ripped my heart out. I couldn't take it. I'm sorry, sincerely sorry that I messed up the underdog family. Will you please accept me back into the underdog family? I won't, well, I can't guarantee that that won't happen again, because if Strand dies, I don't know if I'll be able to post that reaction. But thank you for commenting on my video. I really appreciate it. Next comment. I really was not expecting that at all. Big surprise for me. I think that the show will be better with him, and did kind of see the show getting better. So it's a strange decision for me to want to leave. I don't want to hate Charlie though, but I cannot see her story going well, sadly, unless they completely forgive her. Again, weird that is the way that it went. Yeah, I don't see it going well. Like I said, I get what you mean, that you don't want to hate her. And like I said in my reaction, I didn't want to call her names because she's a kid, but I don't have any sympathy for her because she did, like, kill another person at the end of the day. And I just don't see it going well. Even if they completely forgive her, which I feel like won't happen. If Alicia does, Madison won't. If Madison does, Alicia won't. There will be somebody that just would not forgive her. I don't think that Strand would. Like, Strand's are already cautious enough of other people. He would be, like, side-eyeing her all the time. So, even if they did and she was, like, in the group, there would be, like, a massive fan base that, like, passionately hates her, even if, like, everything is okay. But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. So then Danny left 2 comments as well, and I wanted to read them both. So he said, personally, I didn't like Nick. I still cried because I can't handle seeing Alicia and Luciana in pain. Same. I can't say this enough. Like, it's the other reactions that get me. It just breaks my heart to see my favorites in pain. I feel like Naomi and Madison got captured by the vultures. Nick saw, I'm guessing not Mel, but the person that was in the thing that he did kill, killed him, and then Charlie got revenge by killing Nick. We'll probably find Madison gonna be gut-wrenching to see Alicia, Luciana, and Madison grieve over Nick. I'm not crying about Nick. I'm crying for Alicia and Luciana. Yes. So much yes. I totally get where you're coming from. And it's so crazy that it went that way. And if you recall, whenever he was talking to Morgan, he was like, it's not going to go the way you think it will. And what happened? Exactly what Morgan said. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I need a minute, guys. But yeah, I get where you're coming from, and it's so crazy. And then the last comment that I want to read is this one, and just because whenever I read it, it's another comment similar to the other ones about my reaction, like invoking a reaction in you guys, and it says, I love you because you give an honest opinion on how you feel. When you said how Nick's death had affected you, especially when you mentioned Morgan, I cannot hold my emotions back, so I had to just completely tear up as they ran down the side of my face. So I'm always catching your reactions for every season of both Walking Dead shows. Take care. Thank you so much. Like, that comment meant a lot. All of these comments mean so much, but when you guys just, like, go into detail about, like, how you feel about my reactions and just, like, your opinions and stuff, it just makes me so happy to see these comments for real. Like, I can't explain how happy it makes me to be able to react and be able to talk to you guys about stuff like this, and for you guys to, like, really be excited for certain videos that I make. It completes me. I know that sounds so cheesy and dumb, but it really does. So comments like that are insane, because I know that I watch certain people, and when I see, like, them, like, tear up or see them get upset, it makes me get upset. So I know how you must feel about me, and it's, like, overwhelming to think that I can make somebody else feel that way. So I hope that that makes sense and that wasn't too cheesy, but it makes me, like, sad at the same time that I made some of you guys emotional. But I couldn't help it. But I do try my best to give an honest opinion, even if it might not be a popular one, because I know that there were a comment or two that weren't exactly too happy about me saying that I would be okay with Nick dying. versus everyone else. But I really appreciate all of you guys that can, like, I don't know, just be the amazing people that you are. It's crazy to have such just passionate people like you watching my videos, so I really appreciate it. So that's all the comments that I'm reading for now. And again, to everyone, like, I'm seeing comments now, like, if I think Madison's dead now too, I'll be mad, and I love your hair. Like, great reaction. I cry for people most of the time too. Like, I'm seeing all these wonderful, great reactions. I enjoyed your reaction video. Looking forward to the next one. And then also want to mention, I love your hair color in the natural light. When you see the real color, it looks great. You rock it. Thank you. Like, all these wonderful comments, like, outstanding reaction, all this stuff, like, it legit just makes me so happy to see all of you guys, like, say this type of stuff about my videos. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this Fear Friday. Hopefully I explained everything just based on your guys' comments. But if you have any other videos, I will definitely make a second video about this, because it's not like this is some, like, small, like, bad character death. And if you want me to talk about, like, a bigger topic about Nick, I totally will. Because this is huge. This is huge for Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, it's just big for the universe in general to have a big character like this die. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And like always, like and subscribe. Bye guys.